One of the most enduring memes in the Dragon Ball community is the phrase that Krillin solos. The idea that no matter what anime universe you throw him in, Krillin will single-handedly demolish everyone in it. And if we are being honest, this is the complete truth. Let me explain. While he might get clowned on for being weaker than the androids and aliens that surround him, the truth is that by most anime standards, Krillin is an absolute monster. So now let's talk about Krillin's feats within the Dragon Ball Super media. After doing some extensive research on the Battle Wikipedia, discussions online, and also analyzing his fights during Dragon Ball Super and Super Hero, I have concluded that Krillin's power scaling is around large star level. This is due to the fact that it was stated that he has surpassed Namek Frieza's power level during the end of the Majin Buu saga, and also the fact that he was always training with his wife, Android 18, who was considered around low solar system level at the point of Super. Or specifically, he is around the same power level of Vegeta or Goku in their Super Saiyan forms. He can casually destroy a large planet with his Kai attacks, and his Destructo Disc is capable of cutting through anything no matter how strong. And within his arsenal of attacks is his Kamehameha, which is incredibly powerful. As regards to his overall speed, he is faster than light. So now let's get started with the video by putting this meme to the test while we make a verdict for different anime universes based on whether or not Krillin can actually solo them.
I refuse to die like this! I'll drive them all out! Kill them with my bare hands!
Attack on Titan. Now for this universe, Krillin will easily dominate because even the strongest character, Eren Yeager, is levels below Krillin's power level. Eren's strongest form caps at multi-city block level when he essentially became the Doomsday Titan during the Rumbling. Thus, he is not even in the same league as Krillin. Krillin could literally, and I mean literally, sneeze and accidentally vaporize all of Paradis Island. Krillin is someone who casually throws planet-busting energy bursts. It's not even a warm-up for Krillin. Krillin solos everyone right before breakfast.
I don't care if I do get stuck at the Genin for the rest of my life! I'll still be Hokage someday!
The Naruto universe. Krillin is going to steamroll through 99% of the Narutoverse as he's just gonna bulldozer over most of the shinobi like they're nothing. The average shonin, getting one shot. The Akatsuki, all of them are getting washed. Even heady hitters like the 5 Kaji are nowhere near the level of power that Krillin has. But here's why it's different from Attack on Titan. There are characters in Naruto that can actually give Krillin some serious problems. For example, Sasuke, Boruto, and Daimon are around planet level in terms of their overall scaling. So these characters will give Krillin a run for his money, but he'll still end up winning. However, the strongest amongst the characters in Naruto would be Ishiki Otsusaki and Naruto Uzumaki. In his true form, Ishiki is sitting at solar system level. And what makes Ishiki so devastating isn't just his raw power, it's his completely broken Jinjutsu abilities. His Sukuna Hikuna can instantly shrink any attack to microscopic levels, essentially nullifying most offensive techniques. More so, his Daikokaten allows him to store objects in a dimension where time doesn't flow and he can summon them back instantly. Plus, his Black Rod can bypass conventional durability entirely by manifesting it directly inside opponents' bodies. Keep in mind that this is the guy who was casually dominating both Naruto and Sasuke at the same time while holding back. However, this is a different case when Naruto enters Baryon mode. When Naruto enters Baryon mode, his scaling hits solar system levels. And the speed boost was so overwhelming that it made Ishiki, someone who has been completely untouchable, suddenly looked helpless against Naruto. We're talking about a transformation that took the most powerful enemy in the series and made him panic. So while Krillin is absolutely demolishing like 95% of the universe, that universe has 2 elites which completely stopped Krillin from soloing.
I'm weak, so I get a crappy nickname. I'm weak, so no one believes in me! I want strength!
Solo leveling. Okay, so now stepping into the solo leveling universe, it's about to get real interesting. There are groups of people that Krillin can beat easily. These include the S-ranked hunters, national level hunters, and even most high-tier dungeon bosses and gate guardians, all of them get one-shotted without breaking a sweat. However, solo leveling has a nasty habit of completely flipping the power scaling once you hit the cosmic tier. We're not talking about stronger opponents, we're talking about beings that exist on fundamental different levels of reality. The other monarchs aren't just powerful, they're dimensional entities that have been waging war against multiple realities and timelines. And then there's full power Jinwo as the Shadow Monarch. This guy isn't just throwing around universal level attacks. He's commanding infinite shadow armies existing across dimensional planes and operating with conceptual powers that make raw statistics feel irrelevant. The rulers bring their own nightmare scenario with time manipulation that can literally reset planetary timelines. How do you fight someone who can just rewind reality if they are losing? So while Krillin is going to steamroll through most of the universe, those cosmic elites represent a completely different kind of threat, including beings that transcend beyond normal power scaling.
だが死に際で掴んだ重力の革新天上天下唯我独尊
Jujutsu Kaisen. Krillin against the entire Jujutsu Kaisen universe is going to be an unfair matchup, even if they all come at him at once. Most of the sorcerers within this universe cannot even compete with Krillin's speed, attack potency, and durability in spite of their hacks and abilities. These sorcerers scale to city block level to even small town level. So your average grade 1 sorcerer vaporized before they can even perceive him moving. Special grade curses sitting at city block level to small town level are getting one shot by a human who operates multiple tiers above them. Even Kenjaku with his millions of cursed spirits is getting steamrolled. Now, you might think Gojo with his infinity could pose a problem. After all, it's a passive ability that creates infinite space between him and attacks. But here's the reality of Dragon Ball scaling. Krillin can just use his Destructo Disc to break through the infinity barrier and overwhelm the technique with sheer power differential. This is because Krillin is operating on a completely different scale of physics, so Hack's abilities start to break down. Thus, this is a major problem with Dragon Ball scaling. The power gaps become so astronomical that technique and strategy become completely meaningless. Gojo's unlimited void, Sekuna's domains, all of that just becomes irrelevant when your opponent's power is just too overwhelming. The entire Jujutsu Kaisen cast gets soloed without a doubt.
胸を張って生きろ己の弱さや不甲斐なさにどれだけ打ちのめされようと心を燃やせ
Demon Slayer. Now, stepping into the Demon Slayer universe, this is going to be the most brutal mismatch imaginable. We're talking about someone who can casually destroy planets, going up against swordsmen who get excited about cutting through buildings. The strongest amongst them, like Gomei or Sanemi, operate at around large town level. Even the legendary swordsman Yuichi, who's treated like a mythical figure in the series, maxes out at around city level. The same goes for Muzan, the immortal demon king who's terrorized humanity for 1,000 years. He sits at around building level as well. The demons, however, do have some decent hacks and abilities, such as crazy regeneration, blood demon arts, and enhanced physical abilities. But what good is regenerating when your opponent can vaporize you down to the atomic level? What's the point of enhanced speed when your opponent moves faster than light? The breathing techniques that these swordsmen spend their entire life mastering cannot even compete with the martial arts that Krillin learned as a kid, as he surpassed all of them even before he had the ability to fly. The gap in fundamental power scaling is so massive that technique becomes completely irrelevant. Every single character in Demon Slayer combined could not even scratch Krillin.